Greetings. How are you? I am back, and hopefully, I'm glad I can be back in this space again. Cause you already know this is the black space. Period. And today, before I started, I just wanted to say thank you so much for all the support that my channel is receiving. Like, I am so grateful for just how much this channel is growing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm honestly so grateful, bruh. Because it's doing so well. Like, the channel is doing well. So do me a favor and let me know how your day is going in the comments. And then I have another favor to ask as well. Sorry. To go into the comments and pick your pile for me. And then we get started, because this reading is going to be about a message from your future self. This could be next week, 6 months from now, a year from now, but it will be from the future you. You know what I'm saying? It could be from, you know what I'm saying? So let's get it started. Greetings, pile number 1. What's good? So if you picked pile number 1, you guys picked pyrite. You see, fool's gold. And if you picked pile number 1, this reading is going to be about a message that your future self, your future higher self has for you, okay? So hopefully, try to take a guess at what you think they got to tell you. Because this is a message like from you in the future. You know how crazy that sounds? But whatever, let's go. How is your day going, pile number 1? Hopefully y'all are doing good. Better than you were doing yesterday. I hope y'all on y'all Zoom for real. Cause y'all gotta get on y'all Zoom. Hold on, let me turn down this. I'm listening to Alana Del Rey playlist, but it's like medieval style. So if if it sounds like I'm in like a tavern or something, I apologize, bro. But it's pretty good. I like it. Well, I like her, so. And I'll see if it's too loud when I play the video back. But yeah, I hope y'all are doing good. I missed y'all. I missed being in this space again. You know what I'm saying? But I've just been so busy with work and trying to get my life together. And by trying to get my life together, I mean like not killing myself. But all right, let's go. So here's the message that your future self has for you. I feel like your future self, the message that they have for you is that they're ready for you to, in this moment, who you are right now. I feel like they're ready for you to be more ferocious with what you're building. Like, they want you to put more effort into being a more stable person, so that now in like the future aspect, they feel satisfied with the vision that they've been cultivating for themselves. Do you know what I'm saying? But when I say like they feel satisfied with the vision that they've cultivated for themselves, it's because you receiving this message right now to get on your Zoom. You know what I'm saying? To get on your Zoom in the sense of building your strength and actually building routines that can last, or routines that can build your character into a more strong person, into a stronger person, basically. And I feel like your future self is like, they understand how mundane and boring life can feel sometimes, pile number 1. But they feel like they're letting you know that in their space that they're in the future, you have people that are there for you, that can satisfy, even if it's like something that you feel like that just cannot be fixed. Spirit is like, or just your higher self, it's like it gets dealt with. It gets dealt with. I feel like whatever certain sadness that you have right now, or uncertainty in how things are going to play out, I'm getting it's like a certain situation for you, pile number 1. And you feel like this situation is hard to get out of or dig yourself out of. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like hard to feel like you're making smart decisions, right? You know what I'm saying? I feel like your future self is saying you found the light and you found the path and you're doing much better now. Part number one. Just for like confirmation, if you need that. It's like your future self is like the light that you now have is so bright. It's to the point where it's like you feel like you're doing good on your own. You know what I'm saying? Even without the support of, of how, let's say, okay, I have an example to give you, part number one. They're saying your future self is saying pretty much that you found this sort of light inside of yourself again. Like you found this spark inside of your life again to continue. You know what I'm saying? To continue to have hope in yourself and in other people. And they feel like your future self is telling you that you will feel good about yourself again. I feel like your future self is letting you know that you have to focus on the better sooner than later. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like you have to focus on the good sooner or later, because you focusing on the light of the situation will bring more abundant energy and will bring a healthier space for you to birth ideas and for you to birth the type of energy that you need in order to become a more balanced person, so that you can be in this abundant state that your future self has already achieved. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like you get what I'm saying. I feel like your future self is very they got it now. I feel like your future self is like, I got it now. It was a struggle to want to continue. It was a struggle to see the light out of a situation without feeling alone. But I feel like your future self is like, they want you to continue, because I'm getting the energy of like, stop telling yourself that you're stupid and that your purpose is small. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have your future self wanting to let you know, like, they're kind of telling you that you have multiple, I feel like you have multiple paths. Not even paths. I feel like they're telling you have a lot of room to work with. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you have a lot of room to work with. I feel like your future self is saying, stop being scary, just period. Stop being scared of taking space, basically. It's like, stop being scared to take space, whether it's in the little things in life or whether it's in, like certain situations where you feel conflict in. You know what I'm saying? I feel like your future self, the message that they have for you basically is to get more comfortable with taking up space. Get more comfortable with basically feeling good about yourself. And basically when it comes to other people, you know what I'm saying? Not being so naive when it comes to, the reality of the intentions that other people may have. Now give me more from, one moment, y'all. Because I think it said low power mode. Excuse me. It said low power mode, y'all. I know. My setup's so ghetto, y'all gotta forgive me. But what Mariah Carey said, I'm doing the best of what I got. Fuck around with y'all. But let's get another message from your future self, because I want to see how you're looking too. Because I know that's not necessary, but I gotta see how you're looking. So how are your future self? What message do you have for them as far as any details that you want them to know specifically? You know what I'm saying? What any details you want them to know, future self, about how they're looking? They're asking me to pull the animal. So I'm gonna set these up, then I'm gonna pull the animal. How's it looking, y'all? Oh, lopsided, right? Oh, there we go. Bruh, y'all, it's a little ghetto, but we do the best of what we got. So give me more on how they're looking, future self. What is it gonna take for them to feel more confident? Yes, okay, yes. Thank you. Mm. What I'm getting from this, your future self is like what it's gonna take for you to feel real, like really more like attractive and like ready for another person in a way. You know what I'm saying? Even if you already with another person, to feel more open and connected with another person. Your future self is like basically telling you that you should be learning more about what you like about yourself. You know what I'm saying? I feel like your future self is like they want you to do like the type of exercises where you see yourself in a good light. You know what I'm saying? You try to track down the things about yourself that you really do like, the things about you and the things that you don't like about yourself as well, and try to accept them. I feel like when it comes to Dragonfly from your future self, it's like your future self low key wants you to recognize that your beauty is more like, you know, a season. You know what I'm saying? And like, I feel like, you know how there's people who don't really like summer, and then there's people who fucking love summer. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Spirit wants you to understand that not everybody has that same taste. You know what I'm saying? And let me rephrase that because I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like your future self is telling you when it comes to people who act like they don't want you, I'm getting who act like, you know, who act like they don't have the same good spirit as you, basically, when it comes to like attraction and seeing if you're worth it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like your future self is saying you gotta remind yourself now that not everybody sees the same shapes and colors. You know what I'm saying? It's like spirit, not even spirit. Your future self is like some of these men really slow in the head, if you know what I'm saying. Like not to be not to be rude, but your future self is reminding you that some of these men's is really slow, like slow, and that you are more than just a show. You know what I'm saying? You are more than just not a piece of meat, but like you are more than just a machine that's made to mate. You know what I'm saying? You are not just like a part of like a spectacle of what it's like to be someone's mate. I feel like your future self is wanting you to be more in love with yourself in a way that feels like you're overcoming the ways that you've had issues with the your vision of self-love in a way in the past in the past basically. Like they're saying your future self low key, the message that another message that your future self is wanting is to give you is basically like in order for you to really feel engulfed in this godlike energy that they want, that you already have in this future, they're basically asking you to be more empathetic with the way that you celebrate yourself and the way that you recognize greatness and the way that you motivate yourself as well. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like they're basically saying your future self is like saying they know that life can be difficult or not as appealing as other people's lives sometimes, but I feel like your future self is like happiness is very temporary. You know what I'm saying? It's like a very temporary emotion, and your future self is saying the message is really not about you know finding the end of the tunnel for you. I feel like your future self is very grateful to have be is I feel like your future self is saying they're grateful to be in a space where they feel like they don't have to fight to be accepted basically, or they don't have to fight to feel like they need to be in a certain place at a certain time. You know what I'm saying? I feel like your future self, the message from your future self really wanted to be in a space of acceptance basically, where whether it was like emotionally, whether it was with the direction they were headed in. I feel like your future self, the message that they have for you, it's like right now The only work you need to be valuing is the work that you put in yourself and your mindset moving forward, so that you can understand that you are the masterpiece. You know what I'm saying? Like you are the essential part in making and being a pillar for other people. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm getting starfish, so it's like in order for you to transform into that star that your future self is already, you know what I'm saying? It's like you have to recognize that within yourself. And I feel like with this fool's gold, since you're pouting one, I really do feel like when it comes to your views of how attractive you are and how much you've been through and how much you're able to actually get through, you know what I'm saying? With being realistic and stuff. I feel like your future self is like, I feel like their message to you also is like they know how much you've been through. You know what I'm saying? They know how much it takes to even be satisfied with how your day is going. But right now, they need you to get on your Zoom. They need you to get on your Zoom, Power One. And I feel like your future self is saying it's not foolish. I feel like they're saying it's foolish to not take that step. It would be foolish to not take that first step, Power number one. If you want to be a star, you have to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You have to start building yourself somewhere. And that's your message from your future self. You from a week later, you from a month later, you from, I don't know, a year later. You know what I'm saying? You when you want to come up. I'm playing, but Power One, I'm also doing free readings to subscribers and people who comment, like, or people who just want a reading. I'm always, well, let me not say always, because I'll be working, y'all. But, you know what I'm saying? My Insta's going to be in the description below, so just let me know. Just holler at me. Thank you for allowing me to read you. It's been nice. And if this was a general reading, so if anything didn't resonate and you wanted something specific, just hit me up, bro, and I got you. Greetings, Power number two. Forgive me. I've been feeling so unmotivated, and I think I need to go to a psychiatrist in order to be put back on Vyvanse and Adderall, because it's so hard to focus on the things that I like. You know what I'm saying, y'all? And I just been wanting to sleep, work, and hyper focus on things that, you know, that don't really matter when I have things I need to be doing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sorry, y'all, but I need y'all to send me like energy where it's like I'm handling appointments and stuff, because it's really not easy for me. Like, it's not easy. Like, I struggle with that so much. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad to have you back here in this video. This reading, is going to be about messages from your future self. So let me know how you're feeling. Let me know how your day is going. And let me know if, you know what I'm saying? Let me know if you're okay. You know what I'm saying? Let me know how you're doing in life and stuff like that. And I wanted to get this reading going. So thank you for understanding. So Spirit, well, future self, what messages do you have for number two, for Power 2? It's not easy, y'all. Like, some days I'm like, okay, record the video. And then I'm like, my focus is just never like good enough. You know what I'm saying? And it's so frustrating, because I feel like other people, like, you know, like normal people that can focus easily, they have it so good. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. Let me get the spread for y'all. I need to pray for me. Pray I get right on track. You know what I'm saying? Because I love doing these readings. So let's start. So basically, I feel like your future self is basically saying they understand how upset you are in this moment. I feel like your future self is really hinting at parts of yourself that you need to nourish at this moment. And I feel like when it comes to the parts of yourself that you need to nourish, it's the parts of yourself that you feel bad about where you stand in, your position in life. You know what I'm saying? I feel like your position in life, where you're at in life, it's like, I know your future self is probably telling you, you don't want to go back to who you used to be. I understand that. But I feel like your future self is saying in order to obtain this happiness state, that old version of you has to die. It has to. I feel like when it comes to implementing like a new version of yourself, it's baby steps, but it's consistent baby steps daily. You know what I'm saying? It's like you want to be this new person, right? You want to be this new person with newfound money, with newfound routines. And they're saying it's so possible, but you're so scared in order to take those necessary steps that you need. And your future self is saying they've took those steps that you should be taking right now. It's like they want you to slowly but surely handle what you have to handle now. Like when it comes to making appointments, when it comes to taking that initiative to be the leader of your own life. But they want you to do it in a way that's consistent, and they want you to do it in a way that's concrete. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're feeling any negativity around about how you feel about yourself, you're a human being, bro. It's like you're going to make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? You have made some mistakes in the past, and you cannot change those mistakes. But you do have full, complete control. Well, not full, complete control, but it's like you do have some power in this situation to go towards a type of journey that you will be supported in, and that you will feel freshness in this new journey that you take. You know what I'm saying? They're basically like, they want you to feel more inspired, basically. This is like your future self is saying, don't fret, because you will regain that love back that you've lost. You know what I'm saying? That love and your self-confidence, your self-worth, your positioning in this world. I feel like your future self is saying it's not lost. You know what I'm saying? Point number 2. I feel like this is a very deep message, but you're not as stuck as you think you are. But I understand when it says the hangman that even, you got the good and the bad, but when it comes to learning how to be an adult and learning how to be a secure person, it's not as easy as people portray it to be. You know what I'm saying? I feel like sometimes you really just want to be at that stage where you have everything you need. You know what I'm saying? When you have everything you need and you're already at the step where you worked and you worked, and you feel like even now you feel like you've worked and you work and you work and you work. And it feels like all of this passion that you put inside of yourself gets you to a place where only you know the darkness that you go through. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like when it comes to this type of feeling, your future self is saying they know how much you've worked. But at this point, they want you to, what is the word I'm looking for? Yeah, to give yourself some kindness. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like the struggle ain't easy, pound number 2. I understand that. I feel like the struggle, hold on, let me skip this ad. But they're saying, pound number 2, sometimes struggle is just not easy. And pound number 2, this comes from my heart. They know you see how other people have it so easy. You know what I'm saying? How other people are just given things, giving affection, giving money, cars, just giving their stability. And sometimes you get in your feelings because you feel like you do so much, only to feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like you got like cut some way in this life. You know what I'm saying? You didn't receive your cut, basically. Give me more from your future self. And your future self is like, don't fret. Your ships, not even your ships, that stability that you want is coming in. You just have to listen to what you are saying, your future self is saying in this moment. You know what I'm saying? It's like your future self is saying, you got this. Just don't tear yourself down in this moment. Sorry. They're like, stop tearing yourself down. You got to get on your Zoom at 10. You know what I'm saying? You have to stay on your Zoom and make sure the Zoom is consistent and concrete. Give me more from your future self on this spread. They're saying you have to trust yourself in this journey, because I feel like that is where the stability is going to come from. And I feel like when it comes to when you're feeling like going back to those old habits and those old ways, it's like, think of the time where you were just very confused on where to go. What led you out of that? You know what I'm saying? Remember what led you out of that. Remember what happened so that you could become a new person based off basically what you had to do in the past to survive. You know what I'm saying? I feel like your future self is saying you no longer have to be in that energy of surviving anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's like the kindness and the discipline that you give yourself in this moment will birth new opportunities for you. You know what I'm saying? Opportunities that will last. You just have to take your time with being diligent. You know what I'm saying? When I say diligent, I mean like, actually making a plan, making a list, figuring out where you lack and figuring out where you're strong at, and capitalizing on your strengths and acknowledging the weaknesses that you have when it comes to being an adult, when it comes to handling the things that you need to handle in your life. You know what I'm saying? Give me more. Yes, and I feel like your future self is saying, the minute you do that and the minute you stay consistent in creating this in the 3D, is when you're going to see all of the love that you've given to yourself in this kind of way shown. Excuse me. But basically, it's going to be shown back to you. Sorry, I had to burp. Excuse me. My bad. But it's like you're going to feel the love shown back to you from the universe. They just want you to be a grown-up when it comes to handling your passions, handling your the things that are a necessity. You know what I'm saying? Like being stable, being organized, and being focused. And if there's any issues regarding that, seek that help so that you can become more stable and you can maintain yourself as a stable person. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that is the type of love that the universe wants to give to you. Now let's get some more from your future self, because that was like your bread and butter. You know what I'm saying? But give me more. How is their future self looking? How is their future self looking? Oh, okay. Your future self is looking much more soft, much more what's the word? Gentle when it comes to handling your life. You know what I'm saying? I feel like your future self has much more understanding of the obstacles that you had to go through in order to become this type of person. You know what I'm saying? In order to birth a type of person that has overcome sorrow. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel like for you, I feel like not everybody understands what you do and the amount of work and the amount of nurture that it takes in order to have this sense of freedom, or in order to have this sense of being back into being like a strong figure. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it takes so much of your self-confidence in order to put those work clothes on, in order to clock in order to give your time to things that you really don't want to. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like your future self is putting in that work, being consistent, and they're improving themselves in a way that you're going to see the work. You know what I'm saying? Your future self is saying you're going to see the strength, like in real due time. You know what I'm saying? So give me more from the animal spirit deck. Any messages from their future self, pile 2. I'm so sorry for being so like lazy, y'all. Like it's such an issue, but I'm gonna call a psychiatrist because it's like a necessity, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like ADHD for me has been one of the most frustrating things ever. Like especially undiagnosed. But yeah, I feel like your future self is saying when it comes to taking that leap, I feel like it doesn't have to be fast. You know what I'm saying? Because I got the turtle in one of the last ones. So I'm feeling like this leap is not like a fast leap. You know what I'm saying? It's like you making progress in order to receive this transformation. Your future self is saying this will not be easy. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like your future self is saying, you know how some people change and they're praised for it? They feel like your future self is saying it's not as easy when you're not being supported. You know what I'm saying? When you're the only one trying to make that leap for yourself, when you're the only one that's lifting you up. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's why your future self is saying this shit ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? And they understand how you try to balance out the darkness that you feel with the positivity of the future. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like the most important message is that you are doing this for a reason, pile number 2. You are persevering for a reason. Because what is the outcome for future self? For pile 2's future self? Yes, it's like you're going to acknowledge all of the darkness that you've gone through and all of the darkness in it got cut off, pile 2. I apologize. But basically, it's like you're going to look back and you're going to be able to see all of the darkness and the pain that you've been through regarding relationships, regarding your standing in life. And you're going to look back and you're going to be like, you're going to be surprised at the type of strength it took to face those type of fears. You know what I'm saying? It's like the amount of effort it took to dive that deep into something was crazy. Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's like the phoenix. It's like you got the phoenix, y'all. It was like, it's like you had to be reborn in some type of way, but it wasn't an easy rebirth. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you had to take this, your future self is basically saying you had to learn how to take this day by day in order to get into the mode of being a successful person. You know what I'm saying? It's like you had to nurture the parts of you that were the darkest in order to become something that can embrace both sides without the darkness and the sorrow and the pain, like consuming the way you felt about yourself. And that was your reading, pile number 2. I'm doing free readings to anyone who subscribes, comments, and likes. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up on my Insta. And I'm also here for anyone who wants to talk, because honestly, life is so rough sometimes, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Life is so rough. And if you feel like there is nothing or there's not anything that you can tell them, we don't know each other, so you can tell me and I can keep a secret. Maybe because I'm forgetful, but don't worry. I love you, and I hope you have a good day, a good night, and I hope you do good, bro. I hope you stay on your Zoom at 10. But thank you for listening. I appreciate you. Greetings, pile number 3. Forgive me for my inconsistency. I've been very unmotivated, bro. And I'm about to be in the process of getting Vyvanse and Adderall so that my focus isn't so scattered. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad to have you here, and I'm so grateful of just how well my channel is doing. And I'm honestly thankful that you clicked on the video. I'm grateful that you're here. And this reading is going to be about messages from your future self, basically. Messages, any messages that your future self has for you. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know if you're okay. Let me know what you ate. You know what I'm saying? Let me know how you're doing, bro. Let me know how you're doing, for real. Because I would love to know. It's been so long, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, future self for pile number 3. What do you have to say to them? Any information you want to share with them? Pile number 3, future self. Okay. Give me one more for the Knight of Pentacles. Ooh, they're flying out, pile number 3. I hope your day is going good. Y'all, it's been so rough. Not really, but like regarding my focus, it's been rough. Or like me keeping my attention on the things that I want to do with my life. It's been frustrating. It's so not easy. I feel like I don't have a normal mind. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this reading done. So I feel like for you, pile number 3, I feel like you want something to come to fruition, but you feel like it's going to take, you feel like it's taking longer than it should. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you feel like it's taking longer than it should, and that is what's causing this conflict. You not being able to handle certain I feel like with you, pile number 3, your future self is saying you don't know how much you struggle with handling conflict in general. I feel like your future self is saying this is a small message, but it's important because they feel like your future self feels like something's not clicking with you. I feel like I feel like when it comes to you being inspired, you being motivated, and you being dedicated to holding your vision is what's causing conflict within you right now. Or basically the message that your future self has for you. Your future self feels like it's been a while since you've been able to make an agreement on where you're going with your life and what values you hold on to. And I feel like your future self is saying if you want this new beginning, you have to feel good about this new beginning. You know what I'm saying? You have to feel good, or you have to feel motivated about setting yourself on this new journey. You know what I'm saying? And with being motivated and inspired, pile number 3, your future self is like, you have to learn how to commit. You have to learn how to commit to the things that you want. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to learn how to support yourself in a way that you're making space for your own commitments. So you actually feel like you have a routine and you feel like you're supporting that routine. One moment, let me skip this ad, y'all. Yeah, but basically, your future self is saying, it's like, you won't go nowhere unless you confront this. You know what I'm saying? You will not be going anywhere unless you confront conflict within your mentality. Because I feel like your future self is saying you have the goods. You know what I'm saying? You have the idea, you have the nurturing energy, you have the vision. It's just when it comes to the vision, you have to pick a vision. You know what I'm saying? I feel like give me more on future self, Power Three's future self, on why it's so hard for them to hold their vision. Why is it so hard, future self, for them to hold their vision? Let's get behind that. Yes, I feel like when it comes to you, you've had so many cycles of you struggling with self-doubt. And I feel like when it comes to you wanting this new beginning, hold up, that's way too many cards, future self. Come on now. I feel like when it comes to you wanting this new beginning, it's like it's not easy for you to distribute support to the things in your life that need support. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Sorry, I had to cough. But when it comes to your future self is saying, when it comes to you learning how to handle different things and support different things, you don't manage that well. And I feel like it gets to a point where it burdens you. And it just turns into a very big burden. Give me more, future self. Just so you know, like, what stops you from moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, you dealing with self-doubt and not trusting your instincts and trusting your intuition to guide you to what you truly want out of your life is what keeps the universe from knowing where to support you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like you not being kind to putting work into where you want to go is what's causing so much conflict when it comes to being confident about where you're going and where you're at. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm getting like, you want to be at step 5 and 6, but you kind of have to deal with step 1 and 2. You know what I'm saying? And I'm getting for you, the step 1 is basically, yeah, it's basically giving yourself some kindness and giving yourself some affection in a way that's, okay, insert your name. What does insert your name want to do with my life? And insert your name, what is going to make me happy? You know what I'm saying? Your future self is saying you have to make this space for yourself as if you are taking care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's like your future self wants you to take care of yourself in a way where it's like you're nurturing where you're looking ahead. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's so hard for you to make that space for yourself. And I feel like it's so frustrating for you that it just kills your what is the word? It just kills your inspiration and motivation to do things. You know what I'm saying? So give me more. Messages from your future self. And I feel like your future self wants you to be aware of it now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it definitely, I feel like you not knowing how to deal with this conflict just kills your motivation. It kills your motivation, yeah. And it turns into bitterness when you feel like life isn't on your side or luck isn't on your side, or, you know what I'm saying? Your future is being stalled. You know what I'm saying? Give me more for Power Threes from their future self. Now, how do we Power Three's future self, how do we resolve this conflict? What is the solution that you have made in order to overcome this? Give me cards on that. Yes, because you know what I'm saying? I'll say, okay. Yes, so they basically want you to not be a hippie, but like be more studious. Be more studious. Like get you a journal, get you a piece of paper and a pen, and just try to write. Make something concrete. And it's like make a conversation, a list, or just write down in your journal what's gonna make you happy. what has made you happy in your life? You know what I'm saying? And what in your mentality has made you feel like you are like blocked from receiving this happiness, basically. And I feel like that is what's going to be the catalyst for you finding that spark in your life again from your future self. Your future self is saying you have to confront that negative mentality or that subconscious fear that you have of giving yourself a different type of love. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like this type of love is, wait, one moment. The new type of love is one where you're not even thinking about going back to places that don't support you, mindsets that don't support you, and people that don't support you, or spaces that don't support you. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting from this energy, you're kind of your future self is saying you're kind of learning how to be your own mother, basically. You're learning how to be your own mother. And I feel like you're learning about parts of yourself that felt like it was hard to escape feeling powerless in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm getting your future self knows how hard it was for you to feel like you have power in certain situations. Or they feel like your future self is like they understand just how little knowledge and little motivation you've had. So in order to become this new version of yourself, it's like you have to start supporting that side of yourself that deals with things. You know what I'm saying? That confronts things, that's not afraid to be abrasive. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to how you're feeling and the things that you deal with regarding your mental health. Pile number 3. Give me more from your future self. Any more messages from your future self? Oh, they're saying no. That was the truth. That was the truth. It's like, that is what's caging your inspiration. You know what I'm saying? That is like that cage that you keep your growth in. So give me more with the sexual tarot deck and how they're looking in the future. Once they're making steps to confront this, what will be the result of them actually dealing with their mental health and dealing with the conflict within their mind in a concrete way? Yes, it's like you're going to feel what it's like to surrender and trust in yourself again. And I feel like that is the lesson, basically, that you've been learning to do. It's like you're going to, basically, your future self has made the choice to surrender. You know what I'm saying? And when I say surrender, it's like surrender to the universe in a way that you are prepared. You know what I'm saying? Not prepared, but like aware of just all the ways that you have not been listening to yourself and all the ways that you've been scared to decide what you want to do with your life and how you want to do that your own way. You know what I'm saying? Give me more. Yes, it's like, I know, I feel like your future self understands just how I feel like it's like all the different feelings that you have regarding confronting the issues that you've had in the past with your mental health. But being aware of this is the only way you have some type of revelation regarding the choices that you are making with your life from your future self. It's like, this will be the way that you transform. You know what I'm saying? Yes. It's like, in this way, you're going to be free of the person that you've attached yourself to this whole time. You know what I'm saying? Give me more on how you're going to be looking, your future self. You know what I'm saying? How your future self is going to be looking. Yes. And you surrendering is automatically going to give you more control over your negative thoughts. You know what I'm saying? It's like you will be on top of your negative thoughts in a way. It's saying like basically your future self saying they know life is unfair and they know making choices isn't the easiest thing to do. You know what I'm saying? But in order for you to let go, you have to make a decision to let go. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that is where the fast movement is going to come. That is when the fast movement is going to come. Give me more from the Animal Spirit deck, from your future self. Any messages from your future self with the Animal Spirit deck? Are y'all good? Yes, it's like, they're like, your future self wants you to do this, to listen to this message, because they feel like you have so much pent up rage inside of you, or just there's so many things that you don't tell anyone. You know what I'm saying? Of all the things that you've went through, of all the feelings that you hide, and of all the, the words that you keep hiding from, yourself and from others. Give me more. Yeah, when it says, it's like your future self is saying the only way for you to have this type of freedom is for you to shed that version of yourself that always has to defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? That always has to think of yourself as, small. You know what I'm saying? Give me more. Oh. That is so interesting. I got raccoon. Oh, okay. So I'm getting from this, give me more from the tarot deck, just to make sure this message is clear. It's like, basically, your future self doesn't want you to hide from yourself anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's like the freedom and the love that you want. Your future self is saying the freedom and the love that you want is going to come, it's going to free itself when you dive deep into your sorrow. You know what I'm saying? When you actually confront yourself with just how hard everything has been. You know what I'm saying? You having to hide, you having to take what you can get. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you don't have to survive like that anymore. You know what I'm saying? Your future self wants you to feel like, what's the word? They want you to be in this mindset of a worm on a rainy day. You know what I'm saying? Understanding that there's so much nurture for you out into this world. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you have to dive deep, like a worm dives into the earth in order to resoil itself. You know what I'm saying? It's like that sadness that you feel from not being supported, pile number 3, from being manipulated. It's like spirit, I feel like spirit was with you that whole time. It's just you refused to communicate how you felt, and that manifested as you becoming, or just you having this secret doubt of yourself, basically. And just you giving yourself, or you just holding on to this type of sadness when it came to making choices to get out of this sadness. You know what I'm saying? And that will be the end of your reading. But I'm here, bro. Like, I'm doing free readings to anyone who subscribes, likes, and comments. You know what I'm saying? The whole shebang. But I'm also interested in how you're doing as, like, in your life and as a person. I love you, bruh. And I hope you have a good day. I'm so grateful that, you listen to the whole message. I hope you do good, bro.